am delighted to have this time here with some esteemed colleagues here at District of Columbia's Public Schools. So let's go ahead and get this started. If you guys can introduce yourselves.
I'm Miss Agard. I am one of the kindergarten teachers here at the G.
Nice.
I am Miss McGee. I'm also one of the kindergarten teachers at Garfield.
So this is the kindergarten team.
Yes.
Perfect, wonderful. So I'm talking to
The
some of
dynamic
the
duo.
best. The dynamic duo. Super excited about that. And wait, so Miss Agard, how long have you been teaching in general?
Okay, in general, I've been teaching probably for 19, 20 years.
Nice. Okay, lovely. So we've got some seasoning on it. Love it. And how about you, Miss McGee?
In the school system, it's been 5 years, but I taught abroad for 3 years, so
All right.
8 years.
Nice. So you guys both bring experiences to the table. So let's talk about collaboration, because that's our hot topic for today. How important would you say collaborating is?
Personally, I think it is so important. I think that it makes us a stronger team. That's why we are the team that we are, is because we collaborate. There's so many ideas that I have and so many ideas that Ms. Agard has that when we come to the table together, we kind of fine tune those and really get a good flow for our classrooms and for our students. And we learn from each other every day. There are certain things that, she'll mention, I'll be like, I never thought of that. Or I'll mention to her and she'll be like, that's a great idea. So I think it really helps us to be the strongest teachers we can be.
That's awesome.
And just to add on to that, I feel as if, because we do share siblings, so it makes it easier and you get to fine tune exactly what's happening, what the learning looks like. When we send home any type of work, it is not one home getting two different type of work, right? We're doing the same thing at the same pace. And if we do have to accelerate a little bit, we sit together and we talk about it.
Nice.
I feel as if with any teaching team, that is the backbone of how the team should run when you collaborate and you speak to each other. And it's very authentic. It does not always look like, well, I have my plan and then we're writing everything down. Sometimes we, impromptu, hey, don't forget today or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or, I'm teaching this CVC lesson. What do you think it should look like, or what could I do to improve it, and those things. So it's not always us sitting down.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's get into that for a minute, because I think we have to appreciate the fact that there are times where you guys can be intentional about the collaboration, so you have time set aside, but because of the strength of that relationship, are you saying that now you are able to collaborate on the fly, like, hey, let me pop in and do that thing? Can you talk about that a little bit?
So what that looks like is sometimes, we're teaching a lesson and we like to do live modification of our lessons, because sometimes when we sit and we collaborate and it's like, okay, we have a script. All right, we're gonna say cake, and the student is going to say this, but if that doesn't happen, then what? Then what do we do? So in that time where we take our anecdotal notes, we'll take our notes, and then maybe at some point after the kids are going to lunch, I'm like, hey, Miss McGee, this happened today. What do you think? How did it happen in your classroom? Did it go this way? And that just spark that conversation for them. And then if we reteach a lesson or whenever we get back to that, because things in K kind of spiral.
Sure.
So when we get back to it, we're like, okay, boom, you remember when that happened?
Yeah.
This is how we handle that situation.
That's awesome.
And I think too, like what makes our collaboration so successful is that it's not like, so I don't want to say like professional. It's not like super professional in the sense that, okay, we're going to sit down and we're going to do this, and this. We're going to talk about this, and this standard. It's more so, hey, this is an area where, I might need a little advice on, or things like that, where it's like we pick up each other's deficits. Like, there'll be times where I'm like, Ms. Agard, my kids are not doing well in this area. What can I do? What kind of things do you think I could bring to the table that would help them? And vice versa. So it's more of an informal, friendship-wise collaboration, but also it is professional in the sense that, it's about academics and for our students. It's more of conversation rather than forced. Right. Okay, let's talk about standards. Let's talk about this. Yeah.
Right. And so you guys have been in a team now for the past couple school years, right? So, and I've heard through this conversation the benefits of collaborating, kind of what that looks like, and can you speak just a little bit more about how that translates down to the actual student? The strength of your collaboration, like how does that impact the student in their academic success?
I think because we do collaborate together, like I said, there's certain things that I would have never thought of to do that she's given me ideas about that really help for those students who may not take, we each have our own teaching style, right? And so there may be a student that doesn't take to my teaching style, and that's okay. But when you collaborate, you find other teaching styles and you find things in there that fit into the way that you operate that you can really use in the classroom to kind of help those students that are not necessarily down the traditional line.
And I can give you a recent example. So we're doing our DIBELS progress monitoring and testing. Miss McGee is a tech. This is a tech girl. I'm like, listen, how you get this in this spreadsheet? So you know, and she gets to see the spreadsheet. We're sharing the same spreadsheet. We're in there, and that's because that's one of her strengths that I love and that I appreciate. So she's like, okay, all you have to do is go in here, go into Excel, type this in here, and so when I'm progress monitoring now, to me it's a lot more efficient. Because it's right here. It's okay. Just flip through here and add this, and you have your DIBELS. Beginning of the year in this tab, middle of the year in this tab, and so you're just easily flipping through something to see it, as opposed to my old traditional way. It's more laborious. It's more work. And this is more efficient and effective.
No, I love that. You guys really just highlighted something for me. Both of you in these last two statements, highlighting for me about how you have a certain style, but a student may respond to a style that Ms. Agar puts forth, and then how, even with all the years of experience, you had gotten into a method of doing things, and then you were able to learn from Ms. McGee a different method of doing it. That is amazing and wonderful, and the strength of collaborating. So I want to say thank you so much, ladies, for giving me this time and for talking to me. Thank you so much.